Mathematics. To most people, math is a pure headache, although math is a crucial element of our modern society. Even when you don't realize it, you're using math to resolve everyday problems like managing your finances and estimating how many minutes you're going to waste watching the first season of ReZero. Oftentimes, math is a subject in school that the majority of people can't get a firm grasp at, but to some people, math is a beautiful work. The other end of the spectrum, where the people seem to enjoy math and its concepts, is very different from the side where people get headaches from just staring at the numbers. You can get a pretty good idea of just how influential and important mathematics is. But the question, just how much does math affect the daily society? Well, we can best see math at work with the other sciences. Math itself is a science, dealing with numbers, their applications, various concepts, and algorithms. The best example for this is physics. The language of physics, so to say, is math. Physics, even though more concerned with motion, energy, speed, and velocity, would not be the same science if not for math. Physicists have made countless discoveries along with other scientists, but they are dependent on math and its concepts in order to work. So that's one influence of math, the advancement of knowledge. Mathematics can also be found heavily in the advancement of our technology. Without math, we wouldn't have discovered much of what we know and love today. Smartphones, computers, cameras, and other such technologies wouldn't have been created or as efficient without mathematics. Aside from this, mathematics also helps develop the society as a whole. Mathematics in some fields of study such as politics, law, engineering, architecture, human resource management, and business is a valuable thing to understand if not a necessity to do so. Since mathematics is used in almost every profession, it helps improve the living standards of people around the world.
But inside the classroom, the majority of the class may express a unanimous sigh at the large amount of math homework. At some point, you probably had the same exasperated expression, but as much as you wouldn't like to do it, you're forced to do so, because it is an essential component in surviving school. Let's listen deeper into the reason why those students are irritated at having math. People are seldom willing to learn something that seems as if it doesn't have any future benefits, so they don't listen altogether. It has become the staple that if you're good in math, then you're a smart person. The stereotype comes from a general feeling of being in competition against your classmates, and it can have a large psychological effect on the children. The exact opposite is the same for people who understand math, where they tend to have a less anxious approach when it comes to mathematics. This is also a problem for the teacher, since they have trouble getting their students to cooperate and participate willingly because of the anxiety. The result is the fact that the students can't understand all the things of math. Although math is a skill that can be trained just like any other, because of anxiety and lack of practice, students are not likely to get ahead in mathematics. When children grow up, they tend to follow certain habits that they've formed during their childhood. For example, they had a habit of playing games on the computer. They might be interested towards computer science. So when the child learns and understands mathematics, although they may not be fully oriented to the subject, will have a much easier time understanding and applying mathematics in their studies. Mathematics is also essential for communication and other interactions with other people, since a good understanding of mathematics will lend to a more cooperative and more stable relationship. In the end though, mathematics is a beautiful art of numbers, albeit that its reputation has been tarnished a bit by the lax and leniency of the newer generations. Whether you like mathematics, get a head-breaking migraine from it, or just flat out hate the subject, you cannot deny that it is a part of nature that essentially drives the gears of knowledge and life into motion.